YouTubers. This is my first video of my boat project. I've been talking to my daughter, sending her pictures like things I've been doing to the boat, and she said, why don't you just post it on YouTube? It'll be easy for me to watch that. So I'm putting this together mostly for her. But I thought, it might be helpful to other people too. So basically, this is our boat. It is a Bayliner 2750. Looks completely different because I'm actually making a roof on it. Little backstory on the boat. I towed it out. I'm here in Ocala, Florida. I've towed it from Las Vegas. That's why I had it in the marina out there in Lake Mead. And I brought it here, and I was so spoiled in Vegas that, it was dry there all the time. So I never really had to worry about rain or anything. So when I got it here, I found a lot of problems. So I said, well, I need to rectify these. So I'm rebuilding the whole boat, and so I customized the trailer, put a power box in here with the winch that has a remote control. Remote controls here, wireless remote, so I can launch the boat by myself, so I don't need any help anymore. So the last time I tried to put the boat in the water this past summer of 2018, had a friend help me, and they didn't tell me that my swim deck was buried under the water because the launch ramp was so steep at Lake Ware that water surged up into the engine, and I had to rebuild the engine. So I fixed that as well. I'll go into each thing. I'll make videos on each project, but I'm just going to give you a all about scenario of what's going on in this video. These I just bought. These are pontoons for Hobie Cat, and what I'm going to do is, because I'm raised the roof now, mind you, the roof's not all that heavy, but when I was in Vegas and I was in the lake, people would move from one side of the boat and the thing would just rock because it's a deep VL, and I don't want to avoid that because, with my conditions with my diabetic neuropathy, I've been falling a lot lately because of the neuropathy pain and the cancellation out in my knee. And so I wanted to avoid the falling, because I fell quite a few times in Vegas on it and kind of cracked a few things open. So I decided I'm going to build out riggings or stabilizers. So these are going to be mounted to the outside, and I'll have I'll go into that in detail with the actual drawing that I did and how that's going to work. There'll be separate videos for each one of these things. And the same thing on this side. It's going to have a pretty cool stabilizing system. And also, I did the math. I'm going to put flotation foam in here, marine flotation foam, and apparently it withstands 60 pounds per square cubic foot, and there's 96 cubic feet inside these things. So that's 5,724 pounds or something like that, that this will be able to support, which means I'm going to have to a carbon fiber this too, because when I bought it, she's pretty she's pretty thin. So with the expansion of the foam, I don't want it to crack and break. I mean, still fiberglass it, but I just wanted to keep it as close to factory as possible because I don't want to change anything other than painting it. Redid the bottom paint. That I should have videotaped that, but I'm going to be putting another coat, so I'll probably cover that as well. I did have a friend gave me an idea. I'm almost thinking of going with copper bottom, but then I saw a video on this with SV Delos. Great show. You guys should tune into them. They're awesome. They have one that's actually environmentally safe. It's like turning the bottom of your boat into a Teflon pan. So I'm looking into that, trying to contact the company about getting some of that product so I could spray that on the bottom, and it will be the final coat on the outside. So I might just put like 2 more coats of the bottom paint, and then put maybe 3 or 4 coats of that stuff that they have, and try it out. And they say the way to clean it off is you just go fast. you put some more speed on it and stuff starts falling off. You don't really have to go in and scrape it anymore. That's what they claim. So, but it'd be worth the experiment to try it, because it's not that big, not as big as SV Delos's boat, so it shouldn't cost me that much. I built the biggest swim deck, so that's another separate video that's going to be in, because this swim deck is going to have water maker, propane tanks, sink, an outside grill, everything for cooking outside and entertaining. The cooler built in. Everything's going to be running on solar power. So I'm trying to make this as comfortable as possible, because the goal with this boat is I want to do the American Big Loop. Figured, why run the generator if I don't have to? I could save on fuel and it'll give me a few more miles, you know. And then also I got an extra water tank over there, a water tank here. So I'm gonna have, and that's all to collect rainwater, which up there, those little soffits right there, I'm building custom gutters, which are going to come down inside and then go down the wall, come out and fill these tanks. And it's going to go through so this bottom one's going to collect the big one's going to collect the rainwater, and then there's going to be a filter pump on that to put it in here, and then from there into the main tank. I know that sounds like a bit of a process, but there's a reason for that, and I'll get into that in more detail once I get the going making that video. Obviously, you know, sound system, that's fine. Here is going to be a winch, which I already have and I rebuilt. It's going to go up. The cable's going to go up. And, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not even playing. So the cable's going to go from up and over and then down. So I'm going to put a pulley here, pulley there, pulley there. Basically, I'm going to go to get a Barron wheel for fan belt. I'm just going to put small ones, 1, 2, and 3, and the big one will be over the end, and it's going to go up, under, and up just to pick up the load through the thing, so I can pull my dinghy up and whatever else I want to pick up. On this side, and this is just a basic walkthrough. This is well, it's not really a retaining wall, but I'm making it a retaining wall, and this is going to be carbon fiberglass. The door as well, everything's going to be carbon fiberglass. I'm just going to put the first coat on and then work on from that. Making a custom port window, port side. Anyway, and over here on this wall, which is this is a retaining wall. This supports the back half of the roof, and mind you, the whole roof is 16 feet long, so I'm going to have 8 solar panels up there. This retaining wall is going to have a shower in it. I got LED lighting that's going to go in a lot of spots, all controlled from the helm, which I'll show in a minute. Like again, as I go through, I'll make videos for each part that I do. So this is just general run through. From here to here, all this wrapped all the way around is going to be window, blacked out window, to match the rest of the boat, the windows that are in there now. I built this because we have so much rain in Florida, and with the frogs coming in and shorting out the wiring system, and I just ran into a bunch of financial problems with this boat, not due to the boat, but due to the environment. So the way to protect it is to build this cover to get it out of the elements. I think I've gone through 8 switches because of all the rain here in Florida. So, because it didn't have a cover, it just had a bimini. So now it's dry and it's comfortable. So I got my freezer here. There's going to be a drip dry closet here for the dive gear. There's going to be a shelf here for the life jackets, stuff like that. All safety stuff up in here. I'm going to go make a separate video into the power and how I ran it and why I did it. Just got my rectifiers in. That's something I decided I wanted to add in the system because the inverter that's coming, which I'll be doing that install. I'll cover all the solar and 110 shoreline and generator and inverter. I'll cover it all in one video and how to hook that up and do it proper with the correct tools. You know, you say they can get the right tools, do a great job. So today I'm going to be shooting a video, which will be the next video. They'll all probably be posted the same day. I'm going to go into how I'm making the mold or the shape that I want for the front window supports, which is the most important part for me right now. Everything else is I'm putting on hold until I get this main support frame, because that is the only support for this roof until it hits this part. So there'll be a wall here and a wall there. So we have an L-shaped full retaining wall. It's really strong. But for the front, and again, mind you, this is really light up here, so it's only for the solar panels. But I have walked on it. I've actually just like walked on it, and it didn't sink and it didn't shake, didn't do anything. So she's pretty strong. You know, and I do have a center beam going across here, and then also have a support, T-support going across here. So, which is held, believe it or not, only by that top railing from this point to here. So all that weight is held there. There is going to be additional support, but I have to finish the framing, the initial support first. I'm keeping it from going back and forth. So there's no more swaying in it, and I'll cover more detail on that when I go into each section of my videos. So this is my boat, my Bayliner 2750, and the conversion that I'm doing. And stay tuned as I go through each part of and how it comes together. Thanks. I'm on a boat.